abundant blessings to us all. I do. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our channel. Wow. Thokozani, first and foremost. Thokozani, first and foremost. Thokozani, first and foremost. For you joining live, especially. Okay, if you see this on a repeat, this is what you call a touchy subject. Okay, in that a lot of beings, when they watch this, you're about to be touched. Okay, you're going to be touched because you still feel and believe. In between belief, there's a lie, right? In fairy tales. Okay, Thokozani, please let us know once again before we kick off housekeeping. Okay, I do go by Baba Lex. I am an initiated isiZulu Sangoma shaman or medicine man for some of you. Also a holistic health coach. All right, that is body, mind, spirit, the breath, eternal, and I would say self-development because it's developing yourselves and yourself. I'm also about to be a published author. Okay, I'm writing a book of 3 series teachings known as the Law of Attunement. This is, in essence, attuning to your own cells, to your CELLPH, potential hydrogen, your alkalinity of your cells, and your inner environment, okay? That will determine your mitochondrial activities, whether that is on the ball or off the ball, all right? It will also determine your expression of your gene, determine your blood crystal in terms of your health of your blood, okay? The blood is life. I speak about this in the Law of Attunement Teachings, Book 1. That is foundational, and this is what we do, okay? In the book, I do take us through, let me call it foundational, in that everywhere we go, there's a spirit of confusion, okay? And so we seek to eradicate the spirit of confusion, not coming from a belief, okay, the age of Pisces, all right? We're coming from a knowing. That is in your heart space. But it takes steps to get there because you have not operated there. I never operated there. Tell you one thing, okay? So for those of you gentlemen out there who are aspiring to live from your heart by force, you're going to come into a glitch, okay? And so also in my coaching, I take pieces of my lessons, all right, through my waters, which turn out to be programming, which was there. And these lessons, hence I say programming, happen in a person who's in Brazil, as well as a person who's in China, as well as a person who's here, la eMzansi, as well as a person who's anywhere, so long as they are going through life, all right? Because we are all born into what I deem a Luciferian False-Light Programming, right? I did that episode yesterday on Sacred Sunday. Please go check it out. It will all make sense because our senses, once again, apparently there's 5. I've got news for you, there's more, have been bamboozled. And we're going to get into a little bit of that today, all right? Your senses have been completely eradicated, all right? This is why to decolonize the mind, the body, and the spirit, you must become attuned to your cells. Simple, all right? So that was just a beautiful intro. For those of you who have just joined, please let us know where you're joining from. In the house, we have Maui, that's Hawaii. Kikiki, Thokoza. That is our moderator. 𝙂𝙧𝙧 Kaulani. I'm not too sure why this thing doesn't give us the option to, give you that label so that you can demonstrate a little bit. Over here, please ask questions. I will save space for Q&A towards the end. Also, if you see this on a replay, please put the questions in the comments, okay? Once again, I'm multifaceted as a being. Okay, I have come into my own gnosis, my know thyself. Okay, this is what they speak of in the ancient teachings. Okay, I'm going to tap into a few teachings bouncing around here and there so that we can make sense of our senses, and then this will make sense. All right, even you yourself, once again, uh, knowing about the law of attunement means that you know that you are 70 to 90% water. So you are attuning to your waters, okay? Structured waters. In all of my videos, I allude to structured waters housing memory, okay? All water, albeit, but specifically structured water, all right? And you are 70 to 90% all types, dimensional types of structured waters. Wow, that's glorious, okay? Let me show you. Sexual fluids. That can create a child. Amazing. Yet you throw it away. You throw it away, okay? Watching all of these explicit things. But this is also what decolonizing, see this beast English. Jesu. Okay? This is what decolonizing the mind entails. See? What we must do is recognize the programming. Because as we alluded to in yesterday's episode, all right, it's on the replay, all right, what was it called? Luciferian False-Light Programming. Wow, we had some fun there. But once again, I only give beans, Jack, Jane, so you can go off and grow your own beanstalk, okay? We must become adult now about how we engage with life, all right? So once again, Law of Attunement Teachings, decolonization, not on, of. I was in a little bit of a rush, which I'm not usually, but we are flowing gloriously so, of the poor African body, mind, and spirit. And then we start to tap in gloriously. Wow. For those of you who are new here, please, as you know, if you don't, you're about to find out. We love to begin to compare apples with apples as opposed to apples with pear, apples with watermelon over there. Nah, because then it's a spirit of confusion. Okay, over here, when you know thyself, when you're in a gnosis, okay, that's a state of being. Okay, you must be consciously consistent, right? The dream is landed. Conscious consistency. This is what you must. If you decide and make the selection amongst all the choices available in life to ascend, right? You must be consciously consistent. Okay? Can't just be consistent about anything. You see where we're going with this? Okay. What? Okay, hi everyone. Yeah, just join trickling. We've got Maui in the house, all the way from Hawaii. Who else do we have here? Okay, I'm sure we have some people from Zanzi. We need, especially the melanated beings, Africans, especially. Doesn't matter where you are on the planet, all right? Once again, some of this information will be alarming because, once again, we're in an age of truth. Okay, you must be truthful, firstly, to yourself and yourselves. You see, because it's an inside job. Ascension is an inside job. All right. Cool. Let me see who else is in here. Because also, I know I'm gonna get some backlash. Yeah, I know I'm going to receive some backlash, but also the backlash, notice this, watch this. It's going to come from those who are scared of themselves and their selves or don't know who they are, right? This is my ancient Egyptian lifetime. It represents water, okay? You cannot look at it as a 2D object, right? You must look at it in 3D. Let it come off the skin and make a hologram, and then it will make sense. Once again, I don't partake in programming such as meat, or, I like to refer to it as traumatized flesh. Okay, I don't ingest that any longer. I deprogram that out, okay, through my created 72-hour water only full moon fast. Okay, so guys, this thing's slowing down. Moderator, please help me out. Let me know if it's all good. Got some disturbances over here. This is some sage. See, so whatever's trying to glitch the live, we do not consent. We do not consent. Right, this is going to be a beautiful live, nice and clean stream. This is for educational purposes only. Right? So goes as that sister Nikki baked goods. Yes, speaking of baked goods, she is out of Cape Town. This is from Baked Goods, as you can see. Shout out Baked Goods. Nikki's in the building, please. Get yourself some new teas. The 2025 collection's coming out soon. Baked Goods, the owner, founder, she's in the building. Thokozani. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to kick off with this right here. Boom. Okay. Right. Okay. For those of you who are studious, please get out your pens and pads. It's about to be a wild ride. But also, those of you who are conscious and you consciously hear, you are aware of what's taking place. You are aware that this is a new cycle that we're entering of the sun. They call it solar cycle 25. Solar cycle 25. I'm going to spec up as per usual because of the lights, right? Solar cycle 25 means that the sun is now going to be pulsing out UVA, UVB, and UVC rays to what we are aware of now. It could always increase. For those of you who don't know what those type are, rays are just radiation. It's a shortcut for radiation, okay, in the beast language, the beast tongue, okay, right? So what the UVC rays do is they are a detoxifier, they're a cleanser, and they're also a mutator of DNA. This is for educational purposes only. Right. So there's those of you who are terrified of the sun. I don't mean to laugh at you, because I'm not. I'm laughing at how they've bamboozled you with the programming that now you feel that you must run away from that which gives to everything on this plane. That is ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. Seen? Okay? So us as Africans, once we begin to partake in such programming, right, we're going to kick off with first before we get there, because now is about to fly in. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of you I'm going to tear into, because we got to stop being childish. Okay? It's about time. And it's not, it's about time you listen to boom shack. It's about time you listen to your own boom shaking over here. Your guts are shaking because of what you eat. Because of what, you understand? What we, as a unit, as a we are terrible. Sure. Yeah. Symple. We horrible. We negative. Because once again, it's about the children. Okay? Because if you're not aware of what's taking place, these sun solar flares, they affecting you whether you are aware or not. I want to leave this in the beginning, before those of you who are like, oh, this guy's sick, what is he saying? Switch off, because at least someone cares enough to tell you. At least I told you, At least I warned you, my brother, my sister. You know what I mean? It's not a joke no more, because what's taking place is a shift in consciousness. Aha. But how does that take place? What drives life here? Simple. The sun. Right. So if the sun is changing, then everything else therefore. You know what I mean? It's not a, you don't have to be, I got a PhD from blah, blah, blah. Shut your mouth and sit down and listen. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourselves. Okay? It's cool and fun when it's politics. It's cool and fun when it's playing in the system. Okay? Because this is how they colonize us. Right? Wow. Baba Lex, are you on fire today? I'm not on fire. I'm liquid. Right? Remember, I don't blitz through anymore. I'm aware of myself and my cells. I've also unlocked junk DNA. I'm regressing in age with no pharmaceuticals, no drugs, no alcohol, ethanol. You see what I'm saying? None of that. I'm eating fruits, vegetables. Man, from the sun, gorgeous. I'm training nice. I'm out here. You know what I mean? We fasting also. You see, we changing the way we operate, because the energy we utilize is not glucose. You see, glucose glycates you. Do you know what that means? Eta? Sir? You have no idea. Because you see that 𝙃𝙗𝙖𝙨, you see those crisps, those hot chips? Yes. That chicken, I used to love chicken. Oh, Thokozani. Thank you for taking that spirit away from me. Sheesh. Because ultimately, we chewing trauma. We're chewing something, especially whether if it's traditional or whatever. If you must look at it as an adult, as not from programming or being programmed. See? Which means that's Luciferian False-Light, which is, you think is right, but it fast forwards you to the casket, to death or cremation, depending on where you're at. You see? So now you've got to now qondisa, think, use your mind. But since your mind colonized, oh my goodness, where do you begin? Don't worry, sir. Thokozani. Baba Lex is here. You see the energy right there? Wow, what's going on? Hey, these lights are going dim. They're on charge. Is that too much energy? Right. Okay, because I'm passionate. I'm quantum strolling through my own personal reality now. Y'all are still quantum leaping. Do you know how painful a leap is? Okay, shout out Anela, Kahulani, because we had a frequency about that. Once you liquid, you know thy cells. Remember, you 70 to 90% water. So why rush? Notice a river. You know what I mean? Or notice water systems. First vapor, then this, then up, then boom, then river, then tributaries, then ocean, then boom. Ah, yes. Because once again, once you recognize and begin to know that you are spirit eternal, breath. Also, there is an experiment which they did, science now. This is, beast. This is Luciferian False-Light Programmers. They did tests of, what is this? When someone who passed away, their spirit left the body. And then they measured the weight of that before, then measured it after. Guess what took place? There was a weight change, a weight difference. That weight difference is you. It's the real you. It's the you eternal. We simplify to amplify. Attunement Teachings, my first book, okay, which is powerful. Okay? And you see, there's things happening also in Hawaii currently. 5:44, yes, Pele is available. She's flowing lava since 2:30 a.m. today. Wow, that's powerful. You see, that's another form of liquid. You see, as things are taking place, there's a lot of forms of liquid which are interacting because as above, so below, right? So as I speak in the Law of Attunement Teachings, book 1, whatever's taking place outside, showcase taking place you, because as above, so below, right? Because if your body changing, wow, hmm, everything which out there changing, coastals will disappear, others will appear. They call them lands. Places which used to be known as ancient Atlantis, Lemuria, etc., etc., all of this will reappear, but different, because there's nothing new under the sun. All right? These are some of the teachings. However, I condense all of these teachings, boom, into a simplified attunement, because once you attune to your cells, you can visit Akash without astral projection. It's glorious what you're able and capable of once you know that you are not this programming, you are not this colonization of the mind, of the body, of your spirit. Thokozani. Right. Let's define colonization. This is as per Google, just type it in there, right? Colonization, the action and or process of settling among and establishing control over indigenous people of a land. This is known also as land appropriation for the people in the back. You hear me? Yes, absolutely, Anela, all the way from Maui, Hawaii. Mama is very actively engaged in the relationship shifting, cosmic rebalancing. Absolutely. As are you, as are we. Remember, as above, so below. It's not a joke. As I said in the beginning, I kicked off that way because I would love us to be on the same frequency. Okay? Because once again, they're not going to tell you this. Everyone's going to sell you stuff. The only thing you need to acquire is a gnosis of yourself and yourselves. That's what I did. But once again, the law of attunement began with the simple question of why? Why? Remember, when you entered and you were a child, how many whys a day did you throw out as soon as you were able to open this thing they call a mouth? Wow, you're already spewing. You see? Boom, 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 boom. Automatic. Why? Because interesting. And you would love to know how it operates so you can also operate. See? In this dimension. However, they lied. News for you. I mean, but by this stage of the game, you should know that everything is a bride, everything is a lie, everything is a cook, everyone is a cook, unless they know themselves, because you're cooking yourself. You're cooking your ability to live here now, in the present moment. That's where we receive gift. So it was amazing. I mean, for us here, in terms of African spirituality, we move by a spirit of Ubuntu, especially in South Africa. Okay, spirit of Ubuntu means a togetherness. It means a relationship with you know what I mean, with each other, but deeper. Umuntu, ngumuntu, ngabantu. I am because you are. See, that's gorgeous. You see, but what happened to Ubuntu, the simple spirit of Ubuntu? So this is why we say this Luciferian false-light programming has infiltrated everywhere, especially your home, your temple. Now you want to look which temple, which right here. These are temples, are they not? Right. So temple is you. These are your temples. But guard your temple. See? Once again, you must be adult. Take the information and then put it in formation. If it doesn't go in formation and it doesn't attune, throw it out. No problem. Which means that you do not require it. Once again, we're so used to collecting baggage, colonization. Horrible. But it was necessary upon a time for us to learn This is Earth school. So if you coming with the gnosis or the mind space or the mindset, you're already rigid. You've got a mindset. See? You're not liquid. You're going to stay in belief because of what they told you. Remember that you learn from people who don't know. Otherwise, they wouldn't be suffering. They wouldn't have to go through cycles of what life school is. If they knew it all, they would be godlike. So you were conned. That's fine. All of us. Because we begin to regurgitate the same rotten Luciferian false light. Okay? Because that's all we are aware of. Speaking of, please throw some likes in there. Once you're in here and you take absorbing, it helps with the algorithm. Please, Thokozani. All right. So once again, knowing thyself and thy cells, especially us on this continent, Mama Africa, listen to me. She is rising. Okay? She is rising. By that, we mean she's shifting. She's reclaiming her godly, divine nature. Because once again, just like your body, it's been infiltrated. You've put unnatural bridges, unnatural tributaries, rivers, dams. You've built unnatural safaris, called it a white name or colonized name, and then you don't still do the rituals of the land. You don't give back. You don't give praises. You celebrating New Year's off key. You're following a calendar which is way off key on this land, especially. Wow, what's wrong with us? Okay, so Mama now is tired. She's sick and tired. Just like her body, we are becoming cancerous. And guess what happens with cancers in a cleansing vessel? It begins to get eradicated, come what may, through the lymph. So, this is not to scare you. It's for educational purposes only. This is for you to know thyself and thy cells. That which you practice and you still think, yeah, I'm a Christian, I'm what. Cool. But before I continue, I'm going to ask you this. Do your research as well. And please put it back in the comments. I would love to know your answers. What is the most followed religion by our people in Mzansi, in South Africa, in Africa as a whole? The most followed religion is Christianity. I had to come to terms with this as well. Don't worry. Okay? Also, we say here poor African mentality, right? So if I'm saying poor, let's define poor. The original used to be known as beggar. Socially weak, miserable, lacking sufficient money, highlighted, to live a standard, considered comfortable life in a society. That's what poor means. According to, punch it into Google. Sure. Right. Now let's go back to that Christianity. How many poor people are Christians? Oh, sheesh. Wow. You know, which means your God doesn't like you, which means that God must be Luciferian. Because it's false light. A promise of, here we go, you will have a better life, amazing things will take place. I don't give a shit about the scripture at this point. Okay, it's irrelevant. Okay, but right now it's about you and your cells, because what's taking place is the sun is changing. The scripture's not going to save you, man. I had to come to terms with this as well. I'm laughing at myself as well because of the programming. It's very smart, but it's not intelligent. Remember, artificial intelligence, inorganic. Artificial cannot be intelligent. If it's intelligent, it cannot be artificial. Wait, huh? Simple. In the Law of Attunement, we break this down gorgeously. Simple for the people in the back. I mean, once again, you have to become adult about what you are doing here now. I mean, unless just now 2 fish are going to appear, some of that water going to turn to wine. Jesus' second coming just... You know that Jesus' second coming is simply the Christ risen within you. It's called a Christos, Christ in, Christ oil. It's the trip of the Kundalini, your cerebrospinal fluid, from the base all the way through your 33 vertebrae, and then crucified at 33, right? 33 vertebrae in the skull, Calvary, Golgotha, in between 2 thieves. That is King's chamber. That is where the pineal is. That is where he was crucified, right? Pineal. What in pineal? It's the scriptures. I know you guys can name that. Wow, it's all right there. But it's a process of you. Now you must be emotionally intelligent. Oof, I know some people's chest is full. Oh, blasphemy. Man, fuck shit. Serious. Because what's taking place is our children are disappearing. Melanin is costing more than gold. This is for educational purposes only. Do your research. I would like some likes up there. All right? So that we can drive this algorithm, because I can see something's happening. But I want to prove a point. Okay? That even you, when you go to sleep with your cells and yourself, you are shaking. Especially if you're doing things off key, in false light. If you're operating the 7 deadly sins. Okay, because also not just am I writing the rest of the Law of Attunement Teachings. Okay, I'm also writing Healing the Poor African. Okay, so this is right down the alley in terms of teachings, because when that came in as a spark, when I was fasted for, I did my 12 days homeostasis fast. Okay, a beautiful alchemized liquids. I do have it on my YouTube channel if you want to go and check that journey out, right? What took place is I saw a lot of all of this programming, and it came through also me knowing my blood crystal. See, it goes beyond your tribe, it goes beyond me being Izulu or me. You get that? It goes to spirit, umoya. Yes, the essence driving this physicality, operating this divine vehicle. Mind you, we are the only species with the ability to have courage, free will, change course, pivot. Does that make sense? That's God-given already, but once again, God is that's a misnomer spell. Use it with caution, because the ultimate is you here now, present, okay? It's you being aware of your consciousness, because things are conscious. Everything's conscious because it knows it's there. That's why it's there. Simple. But it's the awareness of your consciousness that sets you apart. It takes you to an nth degree of consciousness. Wow, that's gorgeous. Now you're operating higher degrees. Okay? You know Freemason, right? They talk about degrees. And this used to be gate-kept wisdom or knowledge, they say, right? But once again, the Law of Attunement says, first law, cleanse thy vessel regularly. Take a fast from people, places, and things, not just food programming, because it's all programming. Everything we put and it touches the guts, it's a program. It has instructions to allow, force, or engage, or whatever the process may be, require. That's what kicks off. See? So it's nothing deep. You're also a programmer. The Law of Attunement says this. I explain this beautifully, right? Once again, you are just a shitty programmer. You suck currently. And that's okay. Me too, I had to come to terms with that because of the colonization of the body. Right. Colonization of the body. Because we're going to go body, mind, spirit. Okay, because as we enter this plane of existence, right, we entered through a portal of structured water known as amniotic fluids, right? Structured water or fourth state water is plasma. Plasma is a derivative of blood crystal, okay? It is pretty much your blood without the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the what makes blood red. But hemoglobin is red because of iron, the mineral. See? Cool. Write down some notes if you want to do some more research. Okay? Once again, it's imperative to know biology, cells, cellular biology, okay? Genetics, DNA, blood crystal, okay? So that you are aware of what you are even. You don't know what you are walking. You're just kicking on with no gnosis of anything. That's terrible. Okay, now we're moving into the Aquarius, fixed air. So all which does not serve is being blown out. See those winds popping up everywhere? Just cyclone, blah, blah. Hurricane, blah, blah. Remember, as above, so below. Seen it? Right there. You don't have to go far. Okay? Once again, if you're in here, please add a like. It drives up the algorithm. It assists us with the clarity as well. Thank you. Right. As we came in through the portal of Mother, we came in as spirit. So from spirit form, from breath form, a different type of liquid, okay? A different structure, different dimensional type of liquid. I do explain this in my book. The Law of Attunement Teachings, book 1 is coming out in January. Look out for that. Right. We come in spirit and then assimilate mind, then body, okay? Because you first have to be a thought somewhere. You're a thought manifest. Your parents, the pair who rents you, made a decision to have a child in a certain whatever state. Their whole entire beingness would determine the type of spirit that can incarnate in that their vessel. So already those waters are colonized. So by default, your body is colonized. By default, your mind is colonized. By default, your spirit can always change, shift, form, breath. Once again, the Law of Attunement says, cleanse thy vessel regularly. Become accustomed to your breath, your spirit. Spirar, respira, to spiral. Okay? Once you're accustomed to your breath, your spirit, you then now are able and capable to become your vessel. That's my inspiration. Be water, my friend. You pour water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You pour water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. You pour your spirit fully with no programming into the vessel, you fully become higher self in the flesh. Thank you and I love you. This is in the Law of Attunement Teachings. And also how to achieve or attune, rather. Seen? Simple. Once again, you must attune to yourselves and yourself. You must know what you are walking in the flesh. Okay? For those of you, this is for educational purposes only, who are born other ways, man, I don't know what to say to you because those are available. Remember, do not be bamboozled by what you see on the vision. That's programming. Know that they are beings other than you. It is real. Sasquatch, all of that, real. They are dimensional. That's why they're able to. Okay? Stories for different days, but I'm letting you know, Baba Lex is letting you know, these things are available. In the Zulu teachings, we speak of izinomo, mermaids, water beings. They are available. Yes. Okay? You can communicate with them. Once again, Luciferian False-Light Programming will allow you to do things like witchcraft. In nature, you do not practice witchcraft. African spirituality is not witchcraft. It's nature. It's in accordance with nature. You move with the seasons. You don't plant seeds every season. You don't harvest every season. Okay? We're off season. We're off key. Us, we are celebrating New Year. Now, what are you doing? Our New Year is 22, 23 September. Sure, if you're here on the African continent, you must be doing things different. Also depending on hemispheres. Simple. Otherwise, you are doing yourselves and yourself a disservice. Your circadian rhythm, which is governed by melanin, which is secreted by pineal. We spoke about the trip when Christ oil, is crucified at the 33rd vertebrae. 33. Christ was crucified at 33. That is where it assimilates in the king's chamber, in your temple, in between your temples. Simple. It's the operation of you becoming a divine being in the flesh. But you cannot achieve this by being colonized, because you will operate in trauma, fear, control, which is parasitic in nature, which means it's Luciferian false-light programming. Once again, this is for educational purposes only. And moving on swiftly, as we come in spirit, mind, body, we must now begin to deprogram body, mind, spirit. Move in that direction. Whatever they say, go this way, you turn the equal opposite. That is the general direction of something decent, something not bamboozling, okay? Something which is making sense, because once again, your senses have been hijacked by programming, right? What you eat. Number one, we said in structured waters from the amniotic fluids, which is memory from mother. And her memory and your junk, quote unquote, DNA, your genome, your blood crystal. See, we're on the same frequency. And it makes sense. If your senses are hijacked, the law of attunement says, should you want to be attuned and remember through your cells and yourself, CELLPH, potential hydrogen, your alkalinity. What is the sun pulse? Mostly, highly, especially in summertime, springtimes, hence why things go green, things grow, is hydrogen. Wow. So your potential hydrogen is in a state of acid. You can't assimilate that off the cuff. Automatic. You are undercutting yourself and your cells from ascension. Wow. The Law of Attunement, my first book of teachings, it puts this down. Okay? Simple. Once again, you must know thyself and thyself. This is how you walk the talk. This is how you become in a state of gnosis. This is how you self-master. Self-mastery. Hence why I am a self-mastery coach, self-development coach, because I've come through these lessons. But not all of them were steadfast walked. They were attuned because of past lives. You would know this too if you were attuned to yourselves. Glorious, okay? Simple. Once again, if you do have questions, please put them in the chat. Who is that? How or when do you know that you are no longer have a colonized mind? Okay. Who asked that? Is that you, 𝙒𝙖𝙗𝙖? No, that is Nikki, Baked Goods. Yes, Baked Goods. My t-shirt, my vest that I'm wearing. Thank you, Sister Nikki. That's beautiful. How or when do you know no longer colonized mentally? Beautiful. You will know when you don't feel guilty for being yourself. Pin. There we go. Finally, it allowed me to do something nice. I feel that I pinned it on. Yeah, so that y'all can see that. Give thanks. I'm learning this thing. Give thanks. Thokoza. 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 All right. Okay. Yes, please leave a like as you enter. That would be amazing. Okay, that is moderated. There we go. There we go. Okay, managing moderator, you are go. Man, I'm learning every day, man. You see, being a student of life is also something you must come to terms with. Because when you're a student of life, you don't operate from your ego mind. You know that what you don't know, you don't know. What you know, you know. So you don't need to fight. You know, you're liquid, you're flowing. Okay, so you know that your mind is no longer colonized when you are yourself unapologetically and you don't feel guilty. You know, there's a spark, I call it a charge in the law of attunement, a charge of guilt. You know, when you're doing what you love and there's something just there, you know, because of the programming. You see, that means you're still highly colonized, all right, programmed. First, remove the programming. You see, we have to spoon feed ourselves when we unlearning, because the faster we go, we're going to burn out. We've done that elsewhere. So now we're dimensionalizing the learnings, the teachings of everywhere into here now. You see, we're becoming an adult, emotionally intelligent about what we are actually doing. We're not out there just confused. You know, we're not just spirit of what the fuck is taking place. And even asking and going to the colonizers, Luciferian False-Light Programmers, okay, for answers, especially for our children. That's wild. Because once again, we're all different, guys. The more melanated, the more connected to nature naturally. But also, it depends on your qualification, what you do with the programming. Okay? You can be jet black woman, which is womb man, which is the most closest to original womb man on this planet, because they have the ability of all life possibilities to create, all the way from Alpino to jet black and some. You see? And in between, everything. See? That's why these scientists, these Luciferians, this is for educational purposes only, they're going for the children, melanin, it's more than gold on the stock market, on the black market, whatever I don't give a shit, all of that there, yes, okay, because it's happening. Children are disappearing, especially melanated children, be careful, yes, and even the worst ones are our people, ourselves. Yes, I said it with my chest. That's a big problem, because what it is it's those of us who are still not only colonized in the mind, colonized in the body, because you're every day you hitting 𝙃𝙗𝙖𝙨, not just that, you slapping McDonald's because of that tender. You see, you're doing things off key completely, and you think that you're successful. Your beer belly just shows me already, man, That, wow, you got so many parasites lurking, man. Your dreams must be scary. You must have a hard time getting out of umbete, bafo. Yo, you must struggle. Your knees, ba. Wow. Everything's sore, even in your 30s. You see, it's getting very scary. And I'm letting you know there's solutions to Luciferian problems. Showcase, because the light is here. It's coming through the sun. And we are the embodiment of it as Africans. All right? Grandmama is rising through us. It cannot rise through you. You see those things, those whispers that are through your body? Huh? Your vessel intelligence, the body intelligence that says, Ish, I shouldn't be eating this thing. But hey, I can starve any day. Or Eskom can switch off the lights. Or blah, blah. Because it's the programmers. They're putting all of this in place so that you can say scared. Remember, Luciferian False-Light Programming requires you to be terrified constantly. Why are you scared? You must be constantly in fear, also traumatized, which already we ascertained that from birth into this realm, automatically you're traumatized. See? So we're already undercut. Also, we have junk DNA, apparently, quote unquote. You see? So we're already seeing bears. Sure, we're seeing flames already that time. We come in lit. Us. Where do we go, guys? They even the ones who are like, hey, listen, we gave up from the kick. They told us to shut our mouth. We shut up. We follow suit, man. And this is what's taking place. The children coming in now, the 𝘎𝙘𝙝. I'm at 2000. They're like, this is crazy. But the ones who are switched on, I'm not talking about the ones who are vaping 9 to 5. They're hitting those whoopee things. You know what I'm saying? It's laughing gas. Wow, guys are keeling over, dying. Little young ones. Y'all are doing some wild things. You know, fentanyl. There's many new drugs. This is for educational purposes only. So all of this is programming. All of it lowers consciousness. So once your consciousness at a certain degree, even what I'm saying, is going to bamboozle you. You're gonna have to cleanse yourself and come watch this again. Young Todd, no problem. You understand? For me, it's a journey. But in the law of attunement, the journey is the destination. Where are you rushing to? Because when you rush, you're the air. Bop, you blitz through as if you're going to win. Boom. Burn out. Yes. Take a rest. Oh, that guy's very far. Another one. Oh, that guy's very far. That time I've already kicked you. And I came nicely quantum strolling. Like the tortoise. Have you not recognized that a tortoise, even on its shell, it has cycles on it? I'm not going to mention that too much here, but do your research. These are in ancient teachings, but also we know this. We're aware of this. Okay? Be aware of nature. Nature will never harm you. Once again, to reconnect, you look at Earth. Anagram for Earth, heart. Heart chakra, green. Green, veggies, fruits. Okay? The blood of plants, green, chlorophyll. Okay? There's a bond there, which, if it was iron, it would be red, hemoglobin. You see? Same, but different. Do your research. But once again, I've done all of the hard lifting for you. I did years of not just research, but cellular work, ancestral work, cleansing the blood crystal, therefore cleansing my ancestral bloodline, blood crystal line. See, it's simple, but you must partake. You must be conscious with what you are engaging with. You can't just be there doing it just to do. That is childish. It's emotionally unintelligent. Yabo? You see? So, this is how we begin to dimensionalize and see and witness in real time all of these Luciferian false-light programs, which are the arm or what is utilized to colonize the body, mind, and to a degree your spirit, because you don't know who you are. You don't know how to breathe. You call breathing breath work. What? So your spirit is work. Wow, spirit work. Spirit worker. No. You see, we need to change this beast spells. But this is also why our language, to us, especially all African languages, have you not noticed? Those are the people in the back, or those of you who are colonized so hard you don't even speak the languages anymore. It sounds like poetry or a song. Uh-huh. You see? You see, it gives life. It gives life. And also, what we used to do is give ceremony, celebration with sound, frequency, okay, traditions, right? That's when we're still semi-connected to source, to nature, to Mama Afrika. Yabo? When we're connected, we used to do extraordinary things. We used to do things like levitate. Toros. We used to allow be in the reception, right? In common unity, the entire tribe. Yes, we're calling water for the crops now. It's now time to plant, and you see, we moved in seasons. Toros. This was a time of always jubilation, joy. I got joy in my heart, and you know it's the kind of feeling. You see, followed by. You see, we need that sense of healing. You need that joy, and this is also how you get to the fifth dimension. Remember, the fifth dimension, as they've said in these scientist beasts, that they've done experiments where they've blasted people with these frequencies of what the fifth dimensional frequencies will feel like, which are coming from the sun. And guess what happened to those beings? They exhibited, orgasmic bliss. What did we say in yesterday's episode? Electric, magnetic, electromagnetic, orgone, organic, orgasm, energy, in terms of the grades, in terms of the power. This comes from nature. This is where free energy comes from. You seen, beloveds? Thokozani, that's a powerful thing. However, you have no idea that even in your skull, there's magnetite crystals. Those of y'all who wear magnetites, you do know that you can circumnavigate the planet just by being attuned to the sun, to Soul Ra. Soul Ra. Ra plexus. Sun plexus. Okay? They've also changed the spells in such a manner that now, even if we know what we think we know, so we still bamboozled. We up here. We bamboozled by belief. Write belief down now, beloved. Write belief on a piece of paper. In between, there's a lie. Right in your face. Boom. Point blank period. You see? That's not me. I'm simply illuminated. You see, I'm glowing, guys. This is a real thing. There's no oil. What is that? That's not oil. Y'all think I'm putting on makeup. Thokozani, hey, you see, cleanse the vessel. This is the law of attunement in the flesh. I am. Okay? Partaking in things such as ethanol, alcohol, it's a big problem. I want to just say something about this Spusiso Lawrence story. This guy who made a TikTok, a Facebook, whatever it was, video on social media after taking the life of his girlfriend, his fiance, wife, whatever, and then taking his own. That's horrible. Not because of what he did also, but because of what drove him there. You see, we all asking the wrong questions. I don't condone any of that at all. That's a zip. But once again, the Spusiso Lawrence story, and the 𝘋𝙧𝙡 family, I'm sending my condolences if you do see this, Thokozani, in terms of gratitude for you still being able to be here, okay? And being able for us to use this as a lesson, okay? With your grace. Because we must become aware, especially as men. That's terrible, gents. You know what I mean? Because what that is, it's a Luciferian false light programming, man. What is that? Okay, because I've been to such dark places where I had thoughts that were not mine. Okay, I can now speak about it with my chest because I cleansed that out. I had to attune my cells to divinity. First, remember what exactly and who I am. Because the things which begin to take place once you step into that, it's a level of consciousness. Even now, if you come into this video, you're gonna think I'm talking out the corner of my neck because you yourself believe. Simple. I'll leave it there. I don't need to have a chat with you. You still believe. I know. It's a different board game because I've attuned to my cells. I'm not hijacked. I don't have compulsions. Oh, ouch, cravings. I just feel like, nope. That doesn't exist here in my temple. No. Did it take some steps? Yes. Was it painful to let go of things? Yes. Was it painful to let go of people? Yes. Was it painful to let go of who I thought I was in the programming with false masks on and using Luciferian false-light programming to dictate who I was? Yes. It was painful. But now, even now, I'm so grateful. I'm blissful. I'm a fifth dimensional being in the flesh. People wonder why I'm so always happy. Also, I intermittent fast, not just do the 72-hour water-only full moon fast. My fast, created. Okay, we do this every month without fail across the planet. People can tap in. You can pay for that. There's an energy exchange. It's only 13 beings, if I am even doing a container, right? Because it's that special now. I'm also going to be a published author, as you guys are aware, of the Law of Attunement, of what I'm talking about and what I am currently, and increasing in terms of consciousness. But first, we must decolonize the mind. But first, we must remember through our waters who we are. The spirit of Ubuntu. Before the color of a skin, number one, us, we must protect our own, like every species protects their own. We must begin to create our own villages again, our own schools again, our own institutions again. Bring back the African calendar, okay? Because from here, in New Year to our New Year is 23 September. Boom. That's why in February, you feel like you've already been 3 years in because your magnetite crystals circumnavigating the plane and the change, okay? You're attuned to that, but you're unaware, unconscious of it. It's happening. We are kwenzeka. It's happening. While you coasted, just, I don't know why I feel like, you know? Especially the womb man. You must begin to tune, the ladies, the women. You must begin to attune to your womb, your cycles. Begin to cleanse out that thing of all of the structured programming, the semens that were in there. Okay? Please. Because you won't know who you are. That's why you have extended, painful, etc. moon times. Okay? There's a lot of things like ovarian cysts and all sorts of things happening with the womb. And that's also because you're partaking in programming. What can I say to you? That's it. Things such as needlecraft. Okay, be careful. Makeups, be careful. These are carcinogens. Be careful. What are carcinogens? They cause cancers. Be careful. Okay, poisons. Be careful. Colorings in food also. Be careful. Blue 40. Yellow 40. Yes, or red 40. These are dyes. You know what they do? Sheesh. They create L within you. You start seeing confusion within. Your cells are secreting things that are not supposed to be secreted at this time. At this time, you're getting this delivered to this place when it can't even absorb now because it's switched off. You see, therefore you have brain fogs. That is an expression because of the impression. Okay, the impression is the feminine in nature. It's the feeling, right? And therefore it transfers into the expression, external. That is masculine in nature, right? It's a divine dance of divinity within you, your cells, a process which takes place day in, day out. Whether you believe this or not, I couldn't care less, because me caring also does not matter. What matters is you, your cells, and yourselves. Simple. And therefore you will know all of what you are meant to know in that now moment. Ever expanding now, mzuzu. Now, and then now, and then now, and then now. You must begin to attune to aware, conscious, aware, awareness. I put this also in the law of attunement. It's a different board game of consciousness, but you have no space because you're programmed with McDonald's, you're programmed with Mac makeup all day. You've got all of the fake nails and you got the lashes to the nines, girls, ladies. Wow, gents, you're putting on all of this colognes, on your skin. The first biggest organ is the skin. The biggest organ is the skin. Whatever you can put on your skin, you literally digest. So that means you can eat it. Would you eat that shit that you put on your skin? Oh, shit. Shit. Once again, I had to come to terms with this. When you fast, you go through shadow work. Okay? This is what my fast method does. It allows you the space through a method. Otherwise, you do this by yourself. Good luck. Once again, we must also eventually, a dolus eventualis is change. So are you shifting with or without? In that case, in a different dimension, elsewhere, you will be removed. Once again, you will be treated as a cancer on the body of Gaia because you refuse to change that which are the whispers from within. Your body's so colonized that the programs, they override your common sense because your senses are dull. They are numb. You don't even know what's tasting what. You're eating traumatized flesh, but what are you really eating? Or is it the sauce? Is it the barbecue basting blah blah? Is it that spur fresh from the griddle? Blah blah blah. Is it all of that junk with blue 42, red dye 50? Okay, 10,000 teaspoons of sugar in there, salt for days, but it's not salt as in original, right? It's already spliced. It's already a washed down, watered off version of itself already. But then it's coming into a process which already by alchemy, which is 9 times out of 10, by fire, because fire strips off life. Fire in alchemy, as us as alchemists, I'm a liquid alchemist, but an alchemist of all, especially within, okay, turn lead into gold, turn your pain into power, okay, pain into passion, pain into pleasure, right? This is you alchemizing your cells, your waters, right? So what begins to take place as you alchemize your waters is you begin to know things which others seemingly are, because your senses get blocked. Luciferian false light. So you think what they say healthy or what taste, because your taste buds, your senses are already dull, okay, off programming from already amniotic fluids, memory, right? You already have a allergy, a taste for, a craving of, a dislike for, all of the above, right? Boom. What is that? Cellular memory. Aha. Yourselves. Aha. You want to tap into why? Tap into yourself. Tap into yourselves. You see how imperative having a non-hijacked vehicle is. It's like my fast, as I say in the law of attunement, it's taking your vehicle, your divine vessel, to service. Parking it off there nicely. Let's go for that one. I would love the deluxe. Baba Lex, listen, lace me up, brother. What I want after this, man, is I want to be clear, brother. I want to be clarified. I don't want to have brain fogs, man. I don't want to look confused. I don't want to be dazed in the days, okay? That's why they call it weekdays, right? That's why I feel so weak. And then that's why they call the weekend the weekend, because by the weekend, I'm weakened. Baba Lex, man, I don't want to feel that no longer. Right. Thokozani, you came to the right space, sir. First, cleanse thy vessel regularly. of all programming. Right? It will be painful. Yes. You will suffer. Yes. You will be not eating anything. Yes. It's water only. Yes. That is the 72-hour water only full moon fast. Yes. You'll be surprised. I do get this question still. 5 years later. Imagine. Wow. You see? So this must be you making a decision, a choice, no, a selection amongst all of these choices available, because Lucifer relies upon the spirit of confusion to roam your vessel. Not just your vessel, we now move to the mind. Wow. The mind is the most potent place where it slap. Okay? Because the mind now is what World War III, well, World War III is for consciousness. It's to grip the consciousness now. But once again, consciousness is enlivened through your guts fully. If you're still partaking in certain programming and you claim to be enlightened, I've got news for you. Also, for those of you who like channeling. For those of you who love channeling, or yes, 𝙃𝙗𝙗𝙧𝙗, cool, that's wonderful. You know, that's very cute. Maybe you might get some great messages. Also, remember that Lucifer gives you something nice at first, and then eventually. Dolus eventualis means you come to collect. They come to collect. Okay? We are legion. That's what they said. That's what Lucifer said. We are legion. Simple. So, as I said in the false light programming, Lucifer's false light programming episode yesterday, it's imperative that we remove these, because what it does is it allows us not to be the full expression of ourselves and ourselves. Simple. All right? If you're not able to be the full expression, that means there's something impressed in the feminine, the feeling. The emotions. Aha. Which element governs emotions? Feelings? Water. Amanzi. The more unstructured, unbalanced, imbalanced your waters are, the more yashanya, you're seeing flames upstairs. No jokes. Because I was almost there. Yes, things begin to take place which are wild, okay? And also you begin to not be able to cope with just simple tasks. Day to day, just you get whelmed. They call it whelm. Either overwhelm, underwhelm, whatever whelm, inner whelm. You whelmed. You see, this is part of knowing that you're still hijacked. These are feelings which are what? Unnatural, because they are inorganic. They put you off balance. That is not in harmony. Therefore, your organs are not singing in frequency. Wow. An attuned song. Your cells are off key. Wena u off key. U off balance. Wow. And you looking around scheming you're the best because you have a blah, 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 blah. But guess what's very funny? Those who go for money, right? Because that's the main program of the 7 deadly sins is greed. So it's in money and also envy. It trickles through. And I put this in the Law of Attunement. And also I coach people out of this shadow work, right? Shadow working through the 7 deadly sins. So you see, with the 7 deadly sins, they're very sneaky, because once you receive the money, you receive all of that, you then use that money to get your health. Oh, shit. So that's like backwards, man. So it's like you're always chasing your own tail. But guess what? You have the money to get the best, though. But how long does that last? Okay, you have some money to do some fuck shit, though. But how long does that last? You have some, you see? So eventually, it's a fast track to death. Whether you're involved in whatever, you're getting big shmoney, I suggest y'all better clean up, especially my people, especially La Mzansi, those of you who corrupt. corrupted system, your system, because the system therefore is corrupt, that we are born into. However, you can be in the world, not of it. The Law of Attunement teaches of this. Okay? Once again, Luciferian False-Light Programming is the method of colonization. And the method of Luciferian False-Light Programming is the 7 deadly sins. You see? You can dimensionalize this. Click, 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 click. Wow. Because, once again, they have to hit you dimensionally. Remember, 𝙎𝙘𝙡𝙥, but it, bam, body, vessel, ouch. Wow, I love that crisps. I love me some McDonald's. I love me some Oreos. I saw a video today on Instagram. They put a flamethrower torch, 0.5 seconds, on Oreo cookies. They were stacked. 0.5 seconds, blowtorch. Second, 3 seconds here, 6 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Man, that thing didn't even burn. The table around it was burning. How are you going to digest that? Yeah. Wow. You see, it's not even a laughing matter when there's children involved, because now there's children's sweets. You know what's scary in South Africa for my foreign viewers? Okay, so those are for tuning in. Is that there's been an epidemic here of poisoning through what they say the Pakistani-owned spaza shops. A spaza shop is what you call a tuck shop. See, so these tuck shops, certain brands of crisps, to my knowledge right now, it's only crisps, chips, which have found poisoning, rat poisoning, all sorts of mixes and what of different types of poisoning. Crazy. So the kids have been dropping dead in the townships. And kid means baby goat. So those of you who are Luciferians, you will call your child a kid if you want to sacrifice it to Lucifer, the system. See? It's a child. Or even better, heir. The heirs to our land. That way we were able to treat them better because of the spells to ourselves. Because number one, till death do you part, you have you and your cells. Whether you like that or not. You can hate me all you want. You see, once again, the Law of Attunement is not about me, the being. Baba Lex, Coach Lex, Brother Lex. You know, it's not about me. It's about us ascending. Those of us who, boom, don't look at the messenger. It's for the message. It's about answering your whys. Are you not tired of being confused? Especially when, my young black man, 𝙃𝙚𝙡𝙥. Even you, young girl, aren't you confused about what's taking place? Because the elders are confused about money and wild things and acting very funny, that they're not even tapped in. Okay? That's worrisome, right? Because when I was in high school, primary school, I also came across an identity crisis, right? I used to do things like 𝙃𝙗𝙗, but like hard 𝙃𝙗𝙗. 𝙃𝙗𝙗 is a Jerry curl, man. It's to relax the air. Us melanated beings across the planet know that thing. Do you know what that thing does to the hair? You set your skull on fire with chemicals to straighten it, to take out the curls, the natural 9 ether from our hair, which is wild. You see? Scary hours. Because I had an identity crisis. Wanted to put on gel and have straight hair. Let that thing lay down. That is not cool. Because being melanated is the best thing on this planet. And we're going to figure that out. Science, quote unquote, Luciferian False-Light Programming will catch up. Okay, even now, there's melanin in your phone that you're watching me with. Okay, there's crystals in there. There's all minerals which are from Mama Africa. Without Mama Africa and her minerals and her resources and her people, her beings, her babies, her children, her heirs, none of this would be possible. I'm going to leave that right there. Please, if you have any other questions, please put them in the comments. In terms of being colonized in your spirit, just become aware of your breath. You can never be colonized in the spirit, but you can be hijacked by practicing false light. This is witchcraft. Things that you don't know, goddess Oshuns, all of that stuff, all of the above. Wait with that. Relax. Baba Lex is letting you know, be careful. I'm an initiated Zulu Sango. You see, shaman, medicine man. And we know, and I've communicated and been in the presence of Izinom, as in water beings, mermaids, things like this. Okay? I know beings who are above 200 years old, things like this. Okay? This is for educational purposes only. There's beings who know things like free energy. Okay? This is what we are going to be creating. It's also available, right? There's people who get taken out for speaking out. But once again, we're not speaking. We are being. We don't need to prove anything to anybody. Move in silence. And also, when you know what you know, even fleshly things will not harm you. You must though move as a God, okay? And not as ego, but as someone who is humbly gracious and happy to be here in the flesh. Because after all, we're going to be able just now to do other things. Telekinesis, levitation, stopping whatever weapons, blah, blah. Not even have to. They'll just maybe fly through. I'm telling you. The time is nigh. But first you must attune. You must change and throw out that old calendar, that rubbish Gregorian shit. Toss it out. If you're African on this continent, you will know what I'm saying is ringing deep down in your cells. Your cells know this. Mama is coming through me, through my cells. As I've awoken and removed this programming, I don't engage in traumatized meat. You see, our traditions also have been hijacked. We don't need to take life force to have life force, because we are life force. That's what Lucifer does. Lucifer needs life force to be available. Whose life force? What's life force? Yours, ours, the children's, organs harvesting, melanin harvesting, okay? Women harvesting, little boys harvesting. It happened. Organs are on the black market, black net, dark web. See? But this is for educational purposes only. Do your own research. Once again, this has been another beautiful teachings. Thank you for sticking around, those of you. I love you, Soul Fam. Mwah. Thank you. Mwah. And we feel abundantly blissful to not be programmed. Once again, we purposefully only say what we require to say for the lessons. This can go rabbit hole. This does go deeper. But once again, you must figure this out for you. And therefore the rest follow. What is your impression? What do you understand? Therefore under and over omni-stand. Yes? This is a simple thing. But first attune to your being, away from label of any type, because that will keep you in a light lock, which is Luciferian False-Light Programming. It will lock you in a belief. Since I only believe that Jesus turned water to wine, there's no such thing as a second Christ rising within me as a divine being, which is scientifically also Luciferianly proven. You're still waiting for them to prove what our ancients already knew. And ancient just means through your blood crystal as well. There's levels to this. The more you stay as a colonized being, the more your ancestors turn in their grave through your blood crystal. Guess what's going to take place? Random weird diseases popping up. I mean, in the 90s, like I said, growing up, we didn't have turbo cancers and stuff. Okay? Because also we didn't partake. Putting on sunscreen. Didn't do that. Didn't have to. But even now, you can go into your cells and yourselves and figure out. And also, speak to those who know. Okay? Get a coach who knows about self-development for what you require for where you currently are. You must invest in yourselves and yourself. With that being said, please always look after yourself. Look after the children, especially. The Law of Attunement is coming out in January 2025. Okay, worldwide release, and also pre-orders will be also in January. Okay, I'll be doing the worldwide online release on here on YouTube, not TikTok, on YouTube. And I would love you guys to please uh, put on your notifications, begin to share, because these teachings will be of the ages. It's allowing us to shift into this new age. But you cannot shift into the new age if you still yesterday, if you're trying to control tomorrow. Okay, you must release what no longer serves. If it's not palatable, don't eat it. If you take that thing again after you fasted, and now you're coming back to old programming, you're now dancing with the devil again. Maybe just one, one love. It's Christ Mass. You're now forced to partake in Luciferian False-Light Programming rituals. Okay, they call them holy days. I don't know who's dazed over here. Okay, again, it's right there. You're celebrating a fat a Caucasoid who's coming down the chimney to give you a gift. Wow, that is swearing at your divinity. This is what we're teaching our children as Africans. No, okay? If God is anything of an image on earth in the flesh, God is a woman and she is melanated, jet black. Okay? If you want a representation in the flesh, because she has all life possibilities within her genome. Her DNA is full. It's just dormant and quote-unquote junk, apparently. Once again, you can unlock this within yourself. Also, you begin to unlock certain chromosomal pathway because of your environment, your cellular alkalinity, your pH. Are you acid or are you alkaline? Okay? If you want to eat 𝘼𝙗𝙝, that's vital. Yes, that's a nice way to go first. In other words, just eat from what you can grow. Don't overthink beans, legumes, 𝙃𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙧𝙗, 𝘖𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. What? Man, chill, dog. You're watching too much TikTok and all of this. See, decolonize the mind. Relax now. What did abazali eat when they were still emakhayeni at the rurals, away from the system, which is a grid of harvesting energy? Okay? Harvesting your energy, our energy. We must now become aware of what we partake in, right? Because this light is not waiting for anybody. I mean, you can be angry at Baba Lex all you want. Lay out. For sec. You know, bottom line is that sun. How does your guts feel? Why do you feel so irritated all the time, just when you're walking? Why is it you're feeling lethargy, just tired outside? Yes, just, but you just slept. What's happening with you, brother? Yeah? What's the steez? What's kicking? Oh, okay, you were laughing at me. Oh, you were saying wild things. This is what's going to take place. He, she who was first will be last. And he, she who was last will be first. It's called a consciousness shift for a reason. First and foremost, become aware of your awareness. And then take the steps and make the selection amongst the choices which are available. Ultimately, the only choice is you. The rest is extra. It's a bonus. It is a supplement. Treat it as such. Treat it as a blessing. Begin to have gratitude for being alive, for breathing, okay? For not taking needlecraft, and also for being conscious enough to cleanse it. If you've taken needlecraft, they're going to now try other things. Be aware. Don't take that. It's taking drugs. You don't know what that is. Don't give it to the children. West. Would you give your child, not even your child, would you give your plants Pepsi, Coca-Cola? monster, dragon, switch. No. Are you out of your mind? That thing perish. So why do you even give it to yourself and your cells? Let alone the children. You see? We must now fix the mental out. And it doesn't mean you're sick. It means that you are emotionally intelligent. I say Thokozani, because guess what? That's one less psychopath on the streets. Okay? Sugar is kids' cocaine. It's children's cocaine. Because guess what? Oh, where's that stuff? Let me just... It's onset addict. That's onset addict running around there. Bouncing off the walls and some. That's onset addict. Love it or hate it. Truth. Like a lion does not have to defend itself. See? Okay? But once again, Thokozani for having me. Thokozani for you, for having yourself. Okay? Remember, you and yourselves is the relationship. And therefore, balance that. Once that ship balanced, all other relationships thereof will be balanced. Because they will be on your waters. Are your waters alkaline or are they acid? Why do you think all of the relationships, especially with yourself, are not going according to quote-unquote plan? Yep. You are mutating in DNA as well. Attune yourself so that you do not suffer. Okay? Weird and wonderful wild diseases are going to be popping out of nowhere, making a resurgence, etc., etc. Remember, Luciferian False-Light Programming is everywhere. Anything unnatural, anything organic, anything artificial, anything organic, anything artificial intelligence, anything organic. You make a decision and a choice, a selection from those plethora of choices. Each and every one is you. That's on you. That's part about being an adult. Okay? There's trials and tribulations happening in people's vessels now, even now, all over the planet. Questioning your sanity, questioning this, questioning that. Is this even real? What's taking? Yes. Because we're in the fourth dimension now. It's available while we're walking. Stories for different days. You are also ascending. But will you remain? Or will you follow us? Will you follow the sun? Okay? This is sun blood. This is solar cycle 25. This is attuning your vessel, your divine waters. Whatever they are, you have the opportunity by source to come back home. That's what that means. Are you still engaged with false light? Do you still believe? Or do you? No. That being said, please. Remain blissful. Stay liquid. Thokozani